Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this face mask. I've had a lot of requests for how to make this because people like the shape of it. It has a liner inside, a polypropylene liner inside. It's very comfortable to wear. This one has 2mm elastic cord on it. I have run out. So at the end, I'm going to be showing you how to put a different strap made of a spandex nylon on the end. But this one fits like this. It goes right over your ears, and it covers everything that needs to be covered. It fits pretty good right around here. So I'm going to show you how to make this today. We'll start out by the pattern. And if you would like this pattern, I got it from a video online. I did all the measurements, measured it out, and drew it. I have it on my computer. I can email it to you, and then you can print it out and you'll have it to use. This is an adult size pattern. I also have one that's a little bit smaller that you can use for a child, and then you can just kind of go down by 1/4-inch increments if you need to make it smaller. But this is the fabric that you need for your mask. You need to cut 4 of these, and then this is going to be your liner. You'll cut 2 from the polypropylene. So I'm going to put these aside. What I usually do is I cut out some little rectangles like this. They are 7 inches wide by 6 inches high, and the pattern fits nicely on these. And I put them, this is my ironing board, but just to show you because I'm not actually going to cut on it. I take my pattern and I put it here, right on top of these squares that I've made. And you want to make sure when you have your squares laying that you have the back sides together. I have 4 squares. I have the front is up, and I have both back sides together here and both back sides together here, and that will make your mask for you. And so I lay this pattern right down on top of these little rectangles, and then I like to use a rotary cutter. So I get out my rotary cutter, and then I just cut right around the edge of this, all 4, and it comes out really nice like this. And there's your 4, and they come out together with the back sides together, just like this. So what I do after I've cut them out, so I take them and I put front sides together. So you see just the backs. So I have 2 with the front sides together. And I'm going to turn my video off and move over to my sewing machine, and I'll show you how to put this together. Oh, one more thing. This is the polypropylene liner. I cut it out the exact same way. You can see it's like it's a non-woven. This is what goes inside for the liner. All right, so here I am at my sewing machine. We're gonna stitch this up. I'm gonna do about a 1/4-inch seam along the curve of this pattern. So we'll do that. And I don't actually measure, I just go right around the edge of my foot here. And so I just give it a good stitch across. Staying on that curve. And then stop. And I like to do what's called chain stitching. Some of you might know what that is. But here I am. I'm putting this polypropylene liner on. I'm going to put it on both sides. Cut it on one side. And the other side here. And then I'm going to keep going. This is chain stitching. I don't take this one off of the sewing machine. I just keep going, and they all end up stitched together. It saves time and thread. So if I'm making like 20 of these, I'll do this 20 times before I take it off of the sewing machine. So this one's all stitched up. And then if I was at the end. All right, so we've stitched these 2 up, and they look like this. This is going to be your front piece with the liner, and this is your inside piece that doesn't have the polypropylene. I go along and I just clip here around this curve, making sure not to clip the threads. This will give it a good turn and you don't have to press it before you put the pieces together. So I clip on both. I think there's about 5 cuts here. And then I want to turn this one right side out. Got that one nice. And this one I'm going to keep wrong side out so that I have right sides together. And you can tell when you put them here if they've lined up or not. See, like this one doesn't line up here on the edge, so I know I've got that backwards. Turn it around, and then they line up nicely on the edge. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna line up these seams here, and I'm gonna take the back side piece, and I'm gonna flip it that way, and the front one flips the opposite direction. That way I don't need to press the seams open. And then I'm gonna pin this together.
Careful not to poke yourself.
Thank you. Bella is my videographer for this project. So we've got, I use about 4 pins. I don't want to put too many pins here. We've got about 4 pins.
Don't put them in yourself either.
Okay, all right, so I've got it all pinned together, and now I'm ready to stitch up this side. I'm going to make sure that everything's nice and lined up, so it'll be lined up on the other side. And we stitch along the curve, just following along that edge. It straightens back out. And again, if I'm doing a bunch of these, I'll chain stitch. I'll keep going all the way down this side with about 20 of them, and then I'll go along the other side. So we take these pins out, and then pin up the other side. Same thing. Fold. I always look back here to see which direction the seam is going and fold it in the same way, so that way it will line up nicely when we turn it out. Pin along the seams. And then we're ready to stitch this side. Now that we've got that part done, we can take out all our pins, and then I'm going to turn this right side out. Alright, so it turns that way. Alright. Since we're waiting for the iron to heat up, I'm going to show you these straps. These are nylon spandex. I just bought a couple yards of it, and I've cut it into strips. They are 1 inch wide by 11 inches long, and I just cut a whole bunch of strips like this. This is what we use to make the ear strap. So now we're going to iron our mask. It's turned right side out. And you want to make sure that you put your iron on a lower setting. Don't put it all the way up on cotton because the polypropylene could melt in there. So you want to get your seams sort of, I like to finger press these down and get them straightened out. And then we put them on the mat. And I'm going to iron all the way around the mask. Just around the edge to get it nice and straight. And the polypropylene inside there gives it nice form as well. Just around all the edges. Do you want to zoom in on that? Can you zoom in on this?
Of course.
All right, let's get one more edge here. Alright, and then I go and I straighten out these ends. These are going to be folded up. In just a minute, this will make the casing. I like to iron those out straight. Alright, so we're back, and this is one end of the mask is sitting this way. So we're going to take one end, one of the open ends, and we're just going to roll it, fold it up about 1/4 of an inch, and then I fold it over about 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. You want to have enough room so the knot from your ear strap can come back through here. And then I love these clips. These are like one of the best inventions ever, so you don't need to use pins. And I just clip one in there, and then I hold the other end till I get it up here on my sewing machine. And we're gonna do a zigzag stitch across here. This will hold it really good. And I go forward a little bit, and then backtrack the back stitch to the edge. And then I go forward. And these clips are great because you can just pull it off while you're going. And I'm going to go almost to the end, and then back stitch a little. And we're going to go into the other side. I like to clip off these flyaway strings, make it nice and neat. There's one there. All right, same thing on this side. Fold up about 1/4 inch. Sometimes that back piece will come over, but I measure on this piece here. So about 1/4 inch, and then about 1/2 inch. Nice fold. Put your clip on, and we're going to zigzag one more time. And it won't matter if all of these strings are in the way, you can clip those out at the end. So I like to go back and pull all these strings out so it doesn't look messy. Clip all these off nice smooth on both sides. And there is our mask. So then I take these strips and if you have a tapestry needle, these work really good because they have a nice big hole here and they're real thick, they don't poke any fabric, so they're nice and easy to thread this through. So you want to get your fabric into the tapestry needle, and then you can just slide it through the casing. There's one strap. Here's another strap, and there's our finished mask. All right, so to do these straps, we've got them through the mask, So now I give them to people with these straps just hanging, and they can make their own knot. But to show you how to do it, I put the two pieces together, and then I tie a knot here, just right at the very end or wherever it needs to be to fit. And you can kind of slide it around. And then I get it kind of small so I can pull it around and it will fit right in this casing. And then you have a nice, get some strings on there, a nice ear strap. And I do that for both sides, and then finished mask. And see, it will fit over your ear. It's nice and soft. Thanks for watching.